Hello and welcome to this tutorial about the record and playback example. You have already installed the ABMT, haven't you? So now let's start. I always start with copying the example workspace. It's a good base of notes. It's a good start for a new project. You don't have to necessarily do that, but I'll do it. So let's go. We have version 14 today, examples, example workspace. Let's start. So we want to have the record and playback example. So let's go. Let's look what we have got. We start already. We have the record model and the live runtime running. It's compiling. We have one view, so we open it and we see what's going on. So we have a box here and a blue box that's oscillating and a parameter. So here the blue box is the green box is following the blue box, and in the scope we see the input signal. Is it oscillating? Yes. And the output. So what do we have here? We have the output is green, the input is blue, and there's a model integrate in that's the orange one. So now let's look into the model. We have the record model running. So here we see a basic shape, a pattern that's often used when you record in playback. In the middle we have a model that's executed that contains all our logic. We have one subsystem node with all the inputs and one subsystem node with all the outputs. This is empty, it's doing nothing, it's just to show the basic pattern, and all the inputs are recorded. So this is a recording block. We can look into source code, but that's not part of this this example. So now what do we want to do? Yes, we are already recording. As we see here, we are recording to the rec and then the date, nothing more. Okay, so we have made a recording here. We see that. Let's do this once again, and I show you the playback model before we go into the depth here. Okay, we start. Create a new file. We do some right, left, right. Okay, now that's it. We stop. So we've got this file. So this model has recorded a record rec into this directory, and we also have a playback model which uses the playback node, makes a cast. I explain that a bit later, and we have here the same model. So now let's start the playback. We use the simulation runtime. Short overview of the simulation runtime. You see here the runtime parameters are a bit different, and in the simulation runtime we have a start time, a stop time, a speed factor, and the other flags are the same. We can enter now a date or a file, and we can stop time can be the runtime in seconds or the date. When we use a file like we do now, it takes the start and the stop time from the file. So simulation, so that should be it. Let's look in the view. It compiles. Let's wait a second. So there we go. That was a bit fast for the observation. So let's do the 3 is a good speed factor. Let's look at this. So left, right, left. Yeah, so that's basically what this example does. And now we look a bit into what we can do and the concepts. So we start with just this model concept. We see here, this is the record model. It's the top model, so the model we execute. And we have here input, model, output. And we see this model is a referenced model to the rec example. That is that one. So this is the model doing. It's basically a PT1 that follows the input. Nothing special, just to be an example. Here we have a scene composition. So we add a cube 1, cube 2. This is moved. Here's is all this added together, and this is what we are observing. Yeah, I make another example about this 3D stuff that's a bit complex and not very easy, but yeah, I make another example. So yeah, we just played the playback scene, and here we see our signals that we can observe, and that's the main concept, that we have different top level models that have the same structure. So here's a node that's called model, and here's a where do I want to go? I want to go to the playback, and here we have a node that's called model. So this view can be used for live, record, and playback because they have the same nodes in it. So the scene, this is model scene, this contains the input parameter. It's not in the playback example, so this parameter doesn't do anything. Yes, so that's the main pattern or concept you can use to record or to simulate your models, or to have them live, and while they're doing what they want to do, they make a recording, for example. You can have as many record nodes as you want. You just have to adjust the name here of the file name you want to record. You can also put this date stuff in here. These nodes are part of the example, so when I double click them, you get the source code. You can change it, make your own modifications. There's also comma separated value record and playback nodes. So just look into it, play a bit around with it. Yeah, I make a slight modification that you see what we can do. So maybe let's just add an offset here, plus C. We make a parameter and call this offset. And do it like this. Now add this to the view. Add another input number. We want to have this model offset. Play it once again. And now we can change, not the blue one. Let's see. No, it's not changing the blue one because that's, yeah, so let's, yeah. Let's make this a bit different. Expression. And yeah, do it like this. Zoom a bit out. So I'm sorry that it takes so long. So that's what I wanted to do. Okay, yeah, now it's only with 1, so let's make this 10 meters. Yeah, that's basically it. And the change of this parameter, that's one important thing, is not recorded. Yeah, so it's now in the model. You can adjust this for your model, but you can not record it. Yeah. Just play a bit around. I make a few other videos with playback and recording. This is just the basics. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.